Well, we have Chef Wayne Bush. He's from Matunuck Oyster Bar, and they won Best New Restaurant in the Best of Rhode Island category this year on the cover of the magazine, so congratulations.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's real cool.
You have some, what do you got here? I see some Littlenecks and chorizo?
Yeah, we're going to prepare a little, one of our appetizers that we make at the restaurant. It's Littlenecks and chorizo. Usually we serve that with a side of grilled bread, a little white wine steamed. That's like a classic, you know, shore fare. Littlenecks are usually always local, actually always local.
Yes.
Around the around the pond down there, and yeah, we're going to be doing this at the Newport
Wine Fest.
Wine Fest this year. So.
August 19th to the 21st. So
Right.
you'll be there? You'll be at the Wine
We
Fest
will.
with this?
Yep.
Because this goes perfect with wine.
It does.
How many of these steamers do you think you go through in a I don't know,
Littlenecks?
a week? Littleneck, right?
Thousands.
Thousands, yeah.
Yeah, thousands.
And you catch them right down, not catch them? Catch them, is that the right
Well,
word?
no, not a lot of chasing
No,
going on.
chasing.
But
Dig them up there, right
Yeah.
there, like you said, right near the where you guys are located, right?
yeah, they come from all around the shoreline, you know, down there. It's a great local product,
Oh, I know,
you know.
yeah. I love that. I love
yeah.
that. All right, so we're going to cook up some Littlenecks and drink some wine and have a good old time here in the kitchen this morning with the Matunuck Oyster Bar. You can find the recipe online at foxprovidence.com. We're working out a game plan, and here we have Perry, who's the owner of the Matunuck Oyster Bar. Say hello. And we have Chef Wayne over here, and we're shucking oysters. You're part of the Newport Wine Fest. Tell me about your involvement in that.
We are going to have a few different booths selling steamed shellfish, raw shellfish, lobster rolls, chowder stuff, these things of that nature, and we'll also be hosting the Oyster Cup Challenge at the Newport Wine Fest this year.
Ooh, the challenge. What's the challenge?
Well, it's going to be a oyster shucking competition. The best time wins. Whoever shucks a dozen oysters the quickest will win. However, it's not just whoever gets done the best or the quickest time. They have to do the most thorough job, not get any shells in the meat, not crack the shells, make sure they're shucked and presented nice. And
so it's not only quantity, it's quality.
Absolutely.
Quality shucking, very important. Okay. This is the part of the show where they usually ask me, hey, Patrick, would you like to try and shuck an oyster? And so I avoid injury this morning. I think I will answer no to that and have you, I'll put you on the clock for 30 seconds, and can you see how many you can shuck?
Okay,
are you in the, no.
I can do that. I'll quickly explain.
Or you want to just do a demonstration?
I mean,
Let's
I'll
just do the
shuck.
demonstration. Okay.
What you have to do is you have to crack the meat. The adductor muscle is usually 2/3 of the way up the oyster. It holds the shells together.
Okay.
So to pop that, you have to get into the what's called the umbo right there in between the two shells, and you pop it open. So you get the knife in there, you
Yeah.
pop it open, and then you cut the meat off the top shell,
Yeah.
and then you cut the meat off the bottom shell.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a beautiful oyster right there.
Oh, you like that one,
so
huh?
you put it down, and then
Okay.
if you're in a competition, you get real nervous and you shake. I told you it was
spot
a
you.
bad idea.
Oh, see, now you cracked that one. Is that okay? Or it's just one half
yeah,
of the shell?
The other half of the shell they don't look at.
Okay. Oh, they only look at one half of the shell. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, Perry, you don't injure yourself, man. You're doing
Give me 30
great. Looks
seconds.
great. If you find any pearls, let me know, and I'll sell them. You can find the recipe, the ingredients, and more about the Newport Wine Fest online at our website, foxprovidence.com. All right, back here in the kitchen. I feel like I've died and gone to seafood heaven. This is outstanding what we have in here this morning in the kitchen. Matunuck Oyster Bar joining us. They'll be at the Newport Wine Fest. We got everything here. Oysters, we got chowders, we got all sorts of stuff. Wine, and you're going to tell us how to prepare this chorizo dish with the steamers, right?
Yep, Littlenecks and chorizo. It's a appetizer we sell at the restaurant, so
Okay.
a lot of it. First thing we want to do is get some extra virgin olive oil hot in the pan, a little bit of garlic and shallot in there with your chorizo. Your favorite brand is fine. They vary in spiciness, so
Right.
you know, try one out. Get that going a little bit. I like to add the clams just to get them to warm up a little bit. You don't want to burn your garlic. That's pretty key. So add all those, and then
This is an appetizer? All those?
well, this is a little bit more. There's a little more people here today than that, but usually like 13 to 14, you know, for an appetizer.
Nice.
A little white wine and some clam juice right here. Kind of let that steam. I put a little fresh oregano in there to get it going, and then a little bit at the end, because a little to flavor the broth, and then some at the end.
So you cover that up, and this takes,
yeah.
I know we got to wait for
It
the
can
clams
take-
to open and all that, but how
Yep.
long?
It would take maybe 10 minutes, you know,
Okay.
depending on how, you know, all clams are different, so if it's,
Right.
you know, it might take 10, one might not open. Make sure if it doesn't open after, if all the rest are open and one doesn't open, you can discard it. That's pretty much it. And then so while you're doing that, you can maybe grill some bread, or
Okay.
you know, I was going to talk about, you can add a little bit of Parmesan cheese to this dish, maybe a little spinach, and serve it over linguine. Add a few more clams. That way you can do like a one-pot meal instead of an appetizer. But pretty much after 15 minutes is what I have here.
Okay, so that's what happens after. Okay, perfect. So we'll let this do its thing, and we'll eat that later.
Yep. So all the clams have opened.
Okay,
At that point, what you want to do is we take a little bit of. We cook our own white beans from dry at the restaurant.
Okay.
They go on one of our salads as well, but you can in a pinch you can use a store bought. It's just a regular navy bean. Adds a little bit of substance to it.
Right.
Take a little bit of tomato to finish too. Let's see, before I make a huge mess there. A little tomato. I don't add these in the beginning because they would break down.
You don't want to heat those up for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't really want to make like a pasta sauce or anything.
Right.
And then one of the most important is butter. We'll just put a little in there, and really the dish is close to finished at that point. You just want to kind of reduce it down to it's a nice buttery sauce.
Right.
Like I said, add a few oregano leaves in there, and now I have salt and pepper on the station here, but clams have a lot of their own natural salt.
Right.
So, you want to taste it before you adjust anything for salt. You want to taste it towards the end here, right before you're ready to plate it.
Nice.
For salt. So usually these clams are pretty close with the chorizo and the garlic in the chorizo.
That's one way to find out.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
so
good.
It won't need any more
All
salt. And as far as wine, whatever wine you like to drink, we're using a Sauv Blanc, Harbor Town Sauv Blanc right now. But anything that you would typically drink, it's a good.
Yeah, that looks really good. So you can get a quick shot through this. We got all this other stuff you have here. Offering that at the Matunuck Oyster Bar. Just won Best New Restaurant, Best Rhode Island competition. Congratulations on that. They'll be doing the oyster shucking competition at the Newport Wine Fest, which is August 19th through the 21st. For more information on that and this recipe from the Matunuck Oyster Bar, just go to our website, foxprovidence.com.